Then Tarrus Riley happened to be standing in front of me.
Yeah.
Now I've known Tarrus, I'd known him for a couple of years back then. And so he happened to ako hapo hivyo anaongea then nikamtap shoulder hivi akaangalia akasema focus you've been here the whole time. I'm like yeah but akasema nah brother you have to make people feel you.
But nini umemention AKON, how was that experience?
It was amazing.
Mko mnawakia what?
Yeah, so at first Villainly Meet AKON was 2003.
Yeah.
I was actually doing college radio.
Okay.
Come interview at that time and everything, and we became cool for a while.
Yeah.
Then after that, career ikenda juu. It kind of like crazy. We lost touch. Fast forward 9 years later, I'm in a club in Atlanta. Nacheza mziki za Kiafrika. 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Nacheza mziki za Kiafrika. It was an American club because that's what I was known for.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa ule DJ anacheza mziki za Kiafrika in American clubs, not in African clubs.
Yeah.
So I was going there to push it to them. Then he happened to walk in there. Nikaenda nikamsalimia nikamwambia, I don't know if you remember me. I was like, of course. And I took exchange numbers. So I was in 2014. What happened is that same night nikam text mixtape tulikuwa tumefanya ya Major Lazer inaitwa Africa is the Future. That was the first one. Akaskiza and he called me like that same day. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
I need you to come to the studio. Nikaenda kwa studio kwake. And we hung out for a while. Then he played a lot of music for me.
Yeah.
Then kuna song moja alikuwa nayo na Debanj. Akaniambia, yo, can you just play around with this in one of your mixes? I think it was like the few days later, I put that song on a mixtape, all blog, because hakuna mtu mwingine alikuwa na hiyo song.
Yeah.
So, and this is Debanj coming after Oliver Twist, not long after that. So it was already like, a big thing.
Yeah.
And so that song went viral a lot. Ikaenda ikatembea. Blogs picked up on it and that kind of thing. Akanipiga ananiambia, kumbe yani you can cause havoc like this.
Yeah.
Akasema, I want us to work together. Akasema, okay, sawa. Now, here's a side note. He called me to that studio like 2-3 other times. There was something I was always very conscious. Nikienda hiyo studio yake. Nilikuwa naingia studio, tuna hang out. But after like maybe an hour or two, nasema, yo, I can't stay. I have to go. Kuna kitu I was working on. I need to finish or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything I was working on.
And
but I wanted him to have the perception that I am somebody who's not here to just hang around him, to try and, leech on his star or whatever it is.
Kona vitu zingi.
Mimi niko na vitu zangu. I'm busy. I'm a busy guy. That kind of thing. So I did that 2-3 times. And here's why that's important. Fast forward a year later, nika decide to launch my music festival. So in Atlanta, akukuwa na, and mostly in the US at that time, 2015, music festivals zilikuwa za one genre. Kulikuwa na hip-hop festival, EDM festival, whatever it is. But I listen to everything. Mimi nataka zote on the same stage. So that's why I launched my music festival called Passport Experience, which is about putting African music on the same stage as these other different genres. And when I did that, I needed an international face as the host. So nikapigia AKON, nikamwambia, yo, I want you to host this thing. And the park nili choose was a very prime park. Like ilikuwa ile the most prime park in Atlanta. Akasema, let's do it. So we did that and it was a big success. And immediately after that, akasema, I want to be a partner in it. So a few months later, we formed a joint venture where he became my business partner.
Oh, okay. Oh, so saizi mko busy pamoja.
Yeah, well, we've been, but sasa joint venture yuko na a certain number of years. Then, it kind of expires. So that ilimaliza 1 or 2 years ago. Yeah. But also at that time, it was not just him. Pia kulikuwa na manager and business partner wa Ludacris. And it was Shaka Zulu. Pia yeye akakuja. He became part of that. So it was the three of us who were partners on it. Then tukaanza ku get a lot of different...
So like which artists performed kwa hii Passport over the years?
So everybody from Usher to Shaggy to Davido to Tiwa Savage to the Don Jazzy, Egyptian, Timaya, Walshy, Major Lazer, several people here and there. Brick and Lace, Rich Homie Kwan. Ilikuwa like very like different genres, diverse as much as possible. Then after a while nikaanza kuipeleka different markets, because what happened is at first it was you see, when you're doing something early, it's a blessing and a curse. One, you have the blessing of you're a visionary. Unafanya kitu that's different that no one, because it was the first multicultural music festival out there. And so it was doing well, but we were also losing a lot of money because at that time you're only catering to Africans. These other countries, let me say Americans, how African music haijashika watu at that point. So what happens is after a while, you lose a lot of money, and it got to the point where, I mean, we overreached what we were trying to, what we hoped we would achieve, and we lost a lot of money. And it was to the point where it was actually, I can be quite frank about this and say it was $200,000. And it took so much to try and pay it back for the next 2 years that we just couldn't. So I ended up having to file for bankruptcy and close that company. And at that point, ilikuwa ile, yani, I had to make a serious decision. Like, do I give up or do I pivot? Because what I noticed is, as much as the festival was doing well, there were these moments where in between kuna DJ breaks. And when the DJ would play, people were loving, whether it was me playing or other DJs. So I decided to do away with the artist part and keep the DJ part. And that is what led to now me pivoting and making it a DJ-driven event. Unajua? So then I started moving into different markets. Tukafanya New York, Los Angeles. We played festival into South by Southwest. We had a stage. It was a showcase and a few other cities. And then in 2018, it landed. I landed a residency in Las Vegas. Which is what now, that's how I became the first Afrobeats DJ with a residency in the entertainment capital of the world. So hapo pia nilikuwa na at a billboard yangu and everything was featured in some. So it was just that as a DJ driven event. The only other person at that point I remember who had another African DJ who had a residency in Vegas was Black Coffee. That was also his first year as well. So tukafanya hivyo, and then fast forward over the years, what I've done is nimeipeleka in different parts of the world, whether it's here other than Kenya, nikaanza kuileta first as a conference where nikaleta Netflix, speakers from Netflix, Rock Nation, Jay-Z's label, Ancestry, and even big Nollywood directors and big Nollywood, Nigeria producers. Because first nilikuwa nasema kabla nianze kufanya event hapa, let me try and educate people on the business side of things. So it was a music, film and tech conference first. Then I started doing the events. And then after that, COVID kagonga. Then after that, nikaanza travel different parts of the world. And now we've been able to do passport experience in every continent. So we already did Australia, we did Dubai, did Amsterdam, and of course US, several cities, DC, Dallas, many other places, cities, and then of course here in Kenya, Nairobi, and this year we'll be last year we also did Johannesburg, and then this year we'll do Kigali and Accra, which we've been working on for a while, but they just didn't come through. Anyway.
That's nini. Alafu nini, lazima nikuulize jo, residency naonaga inakujaga na maziwa mzuri. At least musikiaga nikiangalia kina Bruno Mars, Mariah Carey, like having a residency comes,
it's like the prime situation. So the difference in my situation, kuna kitu, I've learned that you can use your disadvantages to make your advantages. I'll give you 2 examples. When I got those residencies, or when it wasn't at usually it's a casino that reaches out and say, hey, we want you to have a residency here. But at that time, it was so early, Bado African music wasn't a mainstream thing to where you can actually just get a venue to do that. So I'm the one who has to pitch to them. I approach them. And when I approached them, I told them this is the next big thing, blah, blah, blah. So tufanye. So when they agreed, rather than a fee, I bargained for revenue share.
Oh, okay, that's good.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that way it's depend on. So to them, it's like, we're not losing. We're not paying something we're gambling on.
Yeah.
Nile, akileta, eat or whatever. So at that point, we'll make one day estimate.
Yeah.
Unajua. But the good thing is now you end up making a lot more because there's that revenue share situation.
So revenue share is like how much people are paying.
Yeah, so whatever tickets people will buy for the door. So like you keep, I would keep like, it could be anywhere from 80 to 100% of the door, and maybe like 20% of the bar and everything.
Okay.
And then also, in Vegas, I got to spend some time with or see some things and how things are done. So, like for instance, nikafungulia, there's this EDM artist DJ called Steve Aoki.
Okay, namjua.
Yeah, so I opened and closed for him one time. Club inaitwa Hakasan. It's a really big club.
Yeah.
And so I got to hear about, when we were talking with his manager at that time, with my my former partner.
Yeah.
Tukaanza kusikia about the kind of deals that they do, that there's the kind of fees that they get, there's the kind of percentage that they get. So we use that information to help leverage our own deals. At the same time, nikiwa hapo, then nilikuwa namaliza, because my event was during the day, my residency. So namaliza hiyo, alafu naenda kuona Diplo, because he had his own residency at that time. And since we have a friendship, so naenda like, kuona, how he does his thing. Wanampatia the penthouse suite. Okay. Akienda huko chini hivi ni wanafanya. Okay. While I'm there, I'm now giving him, these are the new African songs.
Yes.
So chezea. So then he would break in front of this predominantly white audience. And then I would make sure I tag those artists, and ended up, so kama mtuka ni Niola, that's what happened. There's a video I have with Diplo is playing now, Maradona by Niola. Then, I took a video and I tagged her. Then that led into a working relationship with her and doing, that's how pia nilifanya, she ended up on my album because of that song. So me, I've always been big on learn as much as you can and then give as much as you can. Unaona? So siku approach mtu na gimme nile, okay, you learn and you give value whatever way you can. So that is how that's how I did your residency. And I also did the same thing with radio, where kulikuwa, so again at that time I'm working a lot with Diplo and Major Lazer. And so he got a channel on this radio station in Sirius XM. So exactly. So he got a channel on Sirius XM. Then akaniambia, do you want to do a show?
A show, okay.
Because I'm let's do a show. It was actually two shows. One was a weekly show, one was a monthly show. But again, yote ni kupush African music. One was all African, the monthly. Then the weekly was African, hip-hop, reggaeton, kila kitu. Now, when tulikuwa tuna finalize contract now with Sirius XM, kile wokuwa ni they will control everything because ni the station yao. So they get to control all the content and have full rights over it. But because I knew, because most of the people who are there I knew basically from the US, but mimi nimetoka Africa, nika negotiate to where nikaambia, okay, that's fine for the US territory. But for Africa, I need syndication rights.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And they're like, sure, okay, no problem.
Fuck Africa.
Yeah, exactly. No one is thinking, at that time, wakaitikia. And what I did with that is, so which means my show iko inachezwa hapo hivyo, but I can still use the show in other parts.
Other channels,
so then I started reaching out to many different stations across Africa about doing now the syndication show. Unaona. So and for those who don't know, syndication ni kama zile kulikuwa na Walt Baby Love, Rick D's
on the weekly.
So I wanted to do my make show like that. But now, as I'm talking to radio stations all across Africa, some of them are like, okay, fine, they like the idea that, it's your fancy US show or whatever it is. But at the same time, some of them are hesitant to pay, which is fine because I also went with a revenue share situation. I'll give you the content and then we do splits.
Yeah.
You bring a sponsor, I bring a sponsor, and we do revenue splits.
Yeah.
So I did that with a few stations, including here in Nairobi with NRG.
Okay.
So pia ikaanza jina yangu ikaanza kujulikana hapa because every Saturday you would tune in unasikia my show here in Nairobi, even though I'm based in the US and a few other markets as well.
Okay, that's interesting. Alafu unajua kuna mtu kama Ian ulosikiaga whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So anashindwa hii residency nini, unaweza explain ya mtu understand what
residency just means you're playing at the same place once every week or once every month or once every 2-3 months and everything. The difference is, and when I say playing as in DJ, it's a party or whatever it is. The difference is Vegas inajulikana as the entertainment capital of the world.
Yes.
So awezi atiamka tu uende tu ufanye. Like it's controlled by, a select few, which are the same people who've been controlling casinos since the beginning of time. And having a residency is really good because it's very symbolic in terms of status yako. Like, it sets you apart.
Umefika.
It sets you apart from everyone else because not everyone can get that. And it allows you to have something that, you're able to sell yourself differently outside now of Vegas in all these other different places you go. So Nikama, like the person who's of course caused a lot of noise more recently is like Usher. Na he had this residency, which by the way ilikuwa inafaa kuisha kitambo, but ali-extend ndio Super Bowl impate huko. That's how he kind of.
So artists come how many times do they perform?
So I think for his alikuwa nafanya he did a lot. I think it was, I don't know, it could have been in one quarter he was doing 3 of them. So maybe
like once every month.
10, maybe no, like twice a month.
Okay.
But for a certain period of time. So like inaanza like March until September ama kitu kama hiyo or whatever it is. So it's usually not January to December. It's for a limited period, 3 months, 6 months, and then maybe ana perform once or twice a month.
Okay. Because pia nachikigeti Mariah. Saizi that's what is feeding Mariah more than anything.
Hey, man, those residencies are crazy. If you're a big enough name, hata kina Celine Dion and sijui who, I mean, if you're a big enough name, you're getting millions. So because the difference is, Badala as an artist, instead of going out there to look for work and to struggle and to find bookings or whatever it is, you have a place that's there. And this place is, guaranteed.
Yes.
Every month niko na show mbili for the same amount of money ningepata ile ya travel because there's a pack that comes with it. Remember, these venues are owned by the casinos.
Yes.
So a casino kuna hiyo casino iko na hotel yake, iko na performance venue yake. So hao ndio wanakufly unakaa hapo throughout, or if you want to actually move there and live in Vegas for 6 months, wanakupatia, or if you want to keep coming in and out unafanya hivyo. And then una perform time and wanakulipa whatever wanakulipa, and that's that, man. It's usually a very interesting thing, man.
So kitu kama hiyo like MGM the way nakuaga na place ya boxing, when there's no boxing, what's happening there? It's music.
So exactly. So they do special events happen na pale and that kind of thing, depending on a lot of those sports arenas are concert venues. Hata hizi kubwa ukiona Staples Center or Crypto Arena ya Lakers or whatever it is, usually concert kubwa uko ndio zifanya. Ukisikia Beyonce's in town uko ndio wanafanya. So it's the same thing in Vegas where it's just a lot of entertainment.
Because I think like one of the places I need to visit nikiwa US, Johnny, the Mercedes Stadium. I don't think I've ever seen inakuwaga hiyo
Mercedes-Benz. Iko Atlanta.
I don't think I've ever seen a more beautiful station
it's
than
insane.
Any stadium than that.
It is insane.
It's so beautiful that during halftime cameras zinaingia ndani ya nini zikienda. Watiki Premier League ujwagi kuzakuwa kuna msana kojoa, so hawezi like camera uingia
like they really in
for you to see audience. How beautiful that nini is. Like
no, it's ni state of the art. Yani wali tumia dona your place. It's amazing. I got to see it for Kanye akifanya ile listening party. He did it in a stadium.
Nakumbuka hiyo.
It was mind blowing because
when he lived pali like for one week akiprepare. Yes.
So that was 2021 I think. Yeah, I think so. So Tuesday imeannouncewa he's gonna do this listening party. So nika text Boo, his manager. I was like, I have to come see this because Atlanta was the first and only place at that time.
Yes.
And I'm grateful that his manager ni best yangu sana for over the years tumekuwa good people. And so come on, please, I need passes for this. Akasema no problem. That was announced on Tuesday. The thing I think was like 3 days later, either Thursday or Friday. Kwenda huko VIP, because now VIP passes were like unaona kwa VIP passes. I mean, my entrance is different than general. But hapa I'm seeing this is exec uni mdosi wa BET, uni mdosi wa hii media platform, uni artist, uni nani. So it's already like a big, you can feel there's something big here. Unajua aya wacha tuingie. You go, it's a stadium, not an arena, like not an arena, a stadium. This is for 60,000 people. Tunakaa chini, lights are on, watu wanaingia, hakuna kitu, no music playing. Tukakaa chini, and within an hour or two, let me say an hour and a half, ikaja 60,000 people. Okay. Hakuna mtu amesema kitu at that point. Ikafika I think what 9 p.m. or whatever it is, lights out. Mziki kaanza.
Okay, album sasa.
Album. I promise you, from the first song ikaanza kucheza, Kanye akakam akaingia with his red outfit, akaingia hapo in the middle of that arena with nothing around him, no one else around him. Hivi hakuna mic, hasemi chochote. And for 48-50 minutes he ran through the album yani album vile nacheza from beginning to end, one after the other. He's just dancing around. People are dancing, and hivi to an album they've never had, songs they've never had. Akamaliza na lights zika on and he walked off. Like, and then he home. Gangster thing I have ever seen in my life. Ata akuna ti hello ama thank you for coming. Ama kuna kitu. I was like, that is why Kanye is Kanye. To get 60,000 people, it's not a free show. People are buying tickets to listen to an album that was promoted in 2-3 days. Because I'm a damn, this man is different. And by the way, nakumbuka ata afterwards. So of course imeisha. Afterwards tunapitia, like, of course there's like now these little after parties or dinners or whatever it is in the stadium. Kuna ile like private box or whatever it is. So manager yake akaniambia hapa ndio everyone else is going to be. So actually mali alikuwa naishi hiyo mali alikuwa naishi for 1 week, kulikuwa na ka area fulani, and alikuwa hapo na Kim K and all these different people. But outside of that area is where now this was now the VIP lounge after. So naingia hapo hivyo, and that's when you're bumping into all the big artists hapo hivyo and everything. And I even posted a video where now I was seeing, because sikuwa nimeona many of them for a while. So hata nasalimiana hapo na Jermaine Dupri na AKON and Mike Will and all these different people who, and the one thing all of them walikuwa nasema, Maze, you were telling us about this African shit, man, some years back, man. Look, it's popping now. It's popping now. Unajua. So that was a feel good moment to kujuati. People don't forget the work you put in.
Okay, alafu I think another beautiful thing about states wagayo, like when they see the business side of it, they're interested. Like there's money to be made.
There's a quote that says, America is not a country, it's a business.
Unajua.
Ni ikionesha inatoa do, ikionesha hapa ndio pesa iko, everyone runs that direction. So it's a very interesting thing. The downside is a lot of people don't take risks. Unajua, whether it's companies or wanangoja kitu kuwe lucrative, ndio wanarukia. So for many years mili wanasema hii ndio kitu, and people are dismissing. Fast forward when now it's big, now they're like enyewe
ulikuwa unajua kile unasema. Okay, it's lakini buda just you may build some dope relationships.
I'm very grateful for that.
Okay. So
but it goes back to vile nilikuwa nakwambia. It was always based on reciprocity.
Yes.
Reciprocity. Because, and most of people I have built relationships with, it is before it's convenient.
Yeah.
So even when I was talking about Atam to come AKON, sorry, WizKid, his very first show in the US, I'm the one who did it at my party. And tukabetain relationship hapo hivyo. Mtu kama that was in March 2012.
Okay.
And even it's on video, it's on YouTube. So hata aki-advance, we have that to maintain your relationship. Mtu kama Walshy Fire, when he was with to a Black Chinese, then I was booking him for shows 2010. But 2 years later, he joins Major Lazer. That relationship continues. Do you understand? And I can name so many other people like that. That mimi nimekuwa mtu where anasema, hey, I think you're dope. I've given, like, the amount of artists or DJs I've helped along the way. And I can say this because even they can vouch for this.
Yes,
you understand? People vouch for this. People, now you're seeing watu Pole Pole wanasema publicly. Like, yo, this guy did it, whatever it is. It's not saying based on, pride or arrogance. It's a fact. I was doing that, but I was doing that because I understood this is where God has positioned me, and me, I follow my instincts. Me, I don't follow the crowd. If I think you're dope, if I think whatever it is, cool, I'll support. But the hope is that, remember. That's it. Just remember who supported you before everyone else came on board. Hakuna mtu mepigia nipatie $50,000 or nipatie. No. I make my own money. I have my own moves. I have my own status. I have all that stuff. I'm not there for that. For me, it's about the principle. That's it.
Okay. So ikoza sikukuuliza hii nini uliweza ku get out of bankruptcy, like the 200 you're able to...
So when you file for bankruptcy, you don't get out of it. You deal with it, you go through it, and then you try to rebuild yourself. And rebuilding meant, okay, kuna vitu have to kuuza, kuna vitu have to kufunga, and all these different things. So now you're starting from scratch. And what I'm grateful for is after I made your pivot, everything else has been profitable ever since. So that is, to the cost of doing business. The lessons I learned and the experience I went through stays with me. And so I'm able to share vitu kama easy. So kuna mtu labda na watch and nafikiria like, listen man, Walt Disney was bankrupt. And many other companies have been bankrupt.
I know that.
So if you're building a business or if you're going after your dream, understand sometimes this is what comes with it. But kama niko hapa leo naongea, hautakufa. You're going to make it. But you just have to find a way to restructure, find your new... Because again, for me, it was like, okay, this thing I'm doing, part of it, something about it isn't working. So let me change the formula. There's a quote that says, be stubborn about your goals, but be flexible about your methods.
Okay.
So...
So uko Kenya saizi for how long? Nona rudi States anytime soon? Uko tu hapa?
Niko hapa for maybe another month or so. And there's a lot of things tunamaliza with the label. Label is what has kept me busy most of this year. A lot of exciting things that are happening, not just with myself, but with Sophia and a few other people we have on the label. And nikumaliza tu hiyo, then we'll be doing some touring. And there's a lot of other amazing projects that are on the way that I'm excited about.
Okay. Two ama na weza kuwa masaiza States from is it June? Yeah, so I think nikiwa kwa ground is kutafuta because you know people, man. You know people, man. But it's also beautiful to see a Kenyan just shine. Unajua like alafu ingia kwa hizo spaces zote because pia kuna kwa that also pride of we as Kenyans where we are like, you know what, one of us is out there. So nikisikia hizo majina za tunataja like people you've interacted with nini. So because I had not connected the like Diplo Major Lazer na wewe. I just thought it's fully focused on work na nani Diplo na work na. So I had not connected that your connection.
Actually I definitely post Nini Juicy where when he came here for so he was booked here for a show in January. And we were like, you know what, since he's going to be here na kuna remix ya Mwaki ilikuwa kutoka, why don't you bring Sophia out on stage? It's like, cool. Then after that ikakuwa the plan of shooting the music video. So fine with team yakina Zab or whatever it is. So that worked out. But while nikasema, okay, what else can we do while here? So nikamwambia, yo, I want us to record a few more songs. And sure enough, I think it was like Friday akafanya hiyo show na Sofia. Saturday shoot music video. And was it the same day? I can't remember. And then Sunday, we went in the studio and recorded a few other songs. So there's like 2-3 other songs Akonazo were major laser with Sophia that are phenomenal. They're going to come out. So while we were shooting your video, the one of my BTS guys was just recording. Shout out to Katenge. And Diplo basically was like, he basically was like, hey, Fully Focus was the original African ambassador. He's an original member of Major Lazer. He's the one who was putting us on African music long before everyone knew. So yani kind of like showing whatever respects and all that kind of stuff. And so it's actually even on my IG page, whatever. So when you're asking about the connection, it stems back 10 plus years. So for me, like I said, I've always been big on relationships. I'm very grateful that unajua, you have to understand in every industry, especially entertainment, utakuwa na highs na lows. But there are many times, people will be like, oh, this is the new hot kid, or this is the new whatever it is, or nakusahau, or whatever. That's part of everyone's anyone who's been doing something for a very long time, you will experience that. But because of having quality relationships, you're able to navigate through those seasons, and that kind of thing. And like I said, I'm very grateful for a lot of relationships that zimenieka in the positions that I'm in, that kind of thing. But again, I have always been a person of giving value first. Okay. That's it. Sikuuliza. Si watu wale udm wasema bro. Niaje. I need you to take me as an artist. I was usually kwa wapi. Not long ago, one of the interviews nilifanya, at the end of it, this young artist came to me. He's like, Maze, yani naona vile unafanya nae, hata mimi need kusaidiwa, please. That's all I'm missing. Akasema, that's all I'm missing. Niende the next level. Kama me, namwambia umerekod ngoma gapi?
Sijai.
No, ni moja.
Okay.
Alafu nimerekod tu moja. So namwambia, you want to be an artist and you've only recorded one song. Na unataka mtu akusaidie. Namwambia, you have to believe in yourself so much that ina attract watu. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. And so ukamwambia lazima urudi studio ufanye, because the beauty of where we're living in now, people are always watching. Everyone is always watching. Kwa unafanya kitu ya maana, you will be noticed. Mtu ataona. But lazima ufanye kazi to a certain point. Ndio you start becoming visible and noticeable. So I think your work ethic needs to continue.
Because you kitu umesema naielewa. Like I get a lot of the fact that mukaga chini na watu kama wewe taka chini like with this big artist. I'll get an artist who's not even recorded anything. Like Buddha Jona nilikutokea.
Exactly. It's time.
Alafu hautaki kumdisrespect because uko like unataka kuuliza mse unaona gani kikaa chini na mtu subonga juu ya discography, tunabonga juu ya all this
vitu mingi
catalog. Tushasema jina itakuwa tunaangaliana tu. Itakuwa like awkward silence. Because for radio that can work. Because radio unajua kuna ngoma, alafu commercials.
Exactly, I got
but for a podcast
it's a full conversation.
You need that like catalog, nini, experience. It needs to be something.
But I think that you have a responsibility to tell people as it is. I think unfortunately Kenya tumekuwa na too much of I don't want to hurt your feelings. And that's not helping people. That's not helping me. I believe in being honest, being real. Utanichukia, but at least siku moja utasema mtu he was right about what he was talking about. Na alinisaidia. I don't know how to sugarcoat anything. But hiyo ni kitu I had to learn by being in other cultures. Unajua, because I understand the way we've grown up, kuna vitu mob sana that is the opposite of what is right. Unajua, like one of the things that we have been taught is ukifanya kitu ama kuwa mpole, relax, usiringe. And so we confuse humility for timidity. You understand?
Yes.
And I think that you can be humble in how you treat people, in how you go about your business, but not timid, and still be proud of yourself, be confident of yourself, because your confidence is what you need to accomplish things.
Yeah.
Because you see, vile nimesema, you're gonna go through hardships, you're gonna go through obstacles, you're gonna go through rejections, you're gonna go through betrayals. If you don't have enough confidence to say, it doesn't matter what I'm going through right now, I will overcome, you will say, this is not for me, and give up. But you need ile delusional self-belief that mi nitaeza. As long as you're putting in the work. Nawezi sema ati uko na confidence na ufanye kitu. You understand? You still have to deliver. But as long as you have it, you need it. So me, that's the one thing I would hope that it changes with our country is like, let's separate humility and timidity. Unajua. I don't believe in ikitu ya enda chini or whatever it is. I used to believe, I'll never forget. Wacha nikwambie. I was in Miami 2017 and it was a benefit event tulikuwa tunafanya. Not tulikuwa tunafanya, Major Lazer was doing.
Yes.
And so it was an amazing lineup. It was Major Lazer, Tory Lanez, Bad Bunny, Conscience, TARRUS Riley, Machel Montano, and me. I was the only African.
Oh, okay.
I was the only African. Then I remember tukiwa backstage. We were backstage and nilikuwa nimeishia through this phase where my people had been telling my people, Kenyan people, like, mse, he thinks is this or whatever. So I started dumbing down how I present myself. Ile, I don't want to ruffle feathers, unajua, and I don't want to come off as cocky or arrogant or whatever it is. So I started walking around hivi. But God ananipeleka room zingine kubwa. So we were backstage and there was 2 circles. Hii circle ya ndani ilikuwa wasanii. Now all those artists I mentioned, or most of them, or whatever it is. Then in the outside circle walikuwa tu like media, manager, security. So unajua like we're standing in ile tu ku network tu watu wanabonga hivi na kuna watu wengine wako outside. But while I was there, I was kind of hiding. I was hiding. Then watu wanacheka, wanainteract, whatever it is. But nimenyamaza hapo hivyo. Then TARRUS Riley happened to be standing in front of me. Now I've known TARRUS, I'd known him for a couple of years back then. And so he happened to, ako hapo hivyo, anaongea. Then he nikamtap shoulder hivi. Akaangalia. Akasema, focus? You've been here the whole time? I'm like, yeah, but akasema, nah, brother, you have to make people feel you. Like when you're in your room, people need to feel you. They need to feel your energy. And I swear to you, alisema even kasema, damn. Kitu ni uongo nimekuwa nikijipeleka ati kwa tu mpole. It's a lie. Unajua. You are there. You are chosen to be there for a reason. Take your ground. Simama confidently. Interact. Unajua, usijie ati nobody here is above you. You're on this. Unajua, it's just that everyone has had different paths and wamefika over it. But you need to make people feel when you're in a room, make sure you're saying hello to people, you're looking them in the eye, and you're confidently walking up. Unajua, si ati ile unajificha, ati nika usionekane, nika utaku, unajua. And that clicked with me. And I was like, you know what? Go back to what you know. Ile, listen, walk with confidence. Walk with all the different things. It comes in handy. And you know what? By doing so, I have constantly attracted the right relationships. Because let me tell you something. Successful people are attracted to successful people. Because new energy na mindset. Unajua. If you're around people who are not successful, who are not sure of themselves, it's contagious. Unajua.
Unaanza kujishuku.
Unajua. And then hata also unaanza to feel bad about you. No, you don't want to do that. So kuna hizi vitu that I'm hoping that we can change about how we approach things and being honest and real in how we doing things, but still maintaining respect and humility.
Because I think peer respect wagana limits zake. Because when you talked about like the way we are not able to tell people the truth, there's always a term we use here ile inakuwaga ni kajitombe. Instead of using the whole word kajitombe. Inakuwaga like if you bring bullshit we tell you like buda jo kuna vile umeshinda ticket ya kwenda kajitombe. Enda utungoje tunakaa tunakuja.
Enjoy your vacation.
Enjoy your vacation because sometimes the truth is what people need because tumekuwa hiyo na story ya vile umesema like we sugarcoat stuff. We lie to people that we should not lie to them. And then pia kuna time ile you become too humble mpaka people watu wanaanza kukosea heshima.
Wanakukosea heshima and they overlook you.
Wanachukua.
It's but again you have to realize where it comes from. It is based on colonialism. Kuna kitu ilikuwa inaitwa tall poppy syndrome. Hizo maua poppies, you know, that grow up in a field. And it used to be when one poppy grows taller than the rest, you have to cut it so that it remains the same size as the other flowers. And that was a concept during colonialism where nyi wote a way to control you kaini hapa. Ukianza kujionesha confidence hapa, you may inspire these other people to also get confidence and remember who they are. So ukianza kuallow tukunyamazishe, remain humble so that it's a way of controlling the masses. But now as we know better, now as we experience different things, we should know that that's not the way. Unajua, we are made by the image of God and we are here for a reason. And we should fulfill our purposes and we should move confidently. The funny thing about confidence is people can never tell the difference whether you have it or not. You can fake it and do that. The one thing I have learned from all successful people, they have doubts, they have insecurities, they have fears. The only difference between them and everyone else, they feel those things and still go for what they want.
Okay. I don't think there's anything more to add. But Buddha imekuwa session moja true sana like asante sana. Vile nimekwambia mimi sina gaibu jo nikikuja States ndakutafuta.
Utanipigia sasa.
Because naweza taka I've been thinking of talking to a few people outside the Kenyan space. So I feel like if I'm there that can happen. Huwa nafaa kuenda his visa appointment tena alienda last year kaambua aishie Kajitombe. But
I'm not enjoying my vacation.
Hiyo match inatokea when?
Iko match iko. So kana match ya Kajito. Ai.
Esteemed holiday destination.
So nini but imekuwa like a very great lesson in business, confidence and everything. So tumeshukuru. And also flying the African flag, which is also important. Just Kenya, Africa, sindio? So imekuwa ni episode 290. Yes. Of course, kama ujui, hii album ya DJ Fully Focus, unaweza ipata in all the DSPs, sindio?
Yes, it's available on the DSPs. Kikuyu House is the name of the EP. The lead single, the Monake, we just crossed 1 million views juicy in 2-3 weeks. So it's doing very well. Nako received Vipoa. So again, the point of Kikuyu House is like we're introducing this new genre of fusing classic Kikuyu songs with house music. And so very grateful for all the support. Kila mtu amekuwa akifanya, akitusaidia, akipush. Really grateful for that. Keep streaming, keep going. And the hope is that we can share with the rest of the world that Kenya has a lot more to offer. It has a lot to say. And it shouldn't stop with this. Let's explore our cultures, all the other tribes. Let's merge whatever we learn, whatever we have here, with whatever is working in the world, and sell it to mkiimba ngoma za mapiano hata mnajua unasema
hatujuagi
unajua that's what I'm saying. Same thing, even a lot of songs are Afrobeats. They're sung in their original dialects, and even a lot of them are sampling. At a band, a lot of songs he samples old fella songs and all that kind of stuff. So why shouldn't we? Okay.
So kama kawaida, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tukimalizia 290 tukisema ekonene. Alafu tumerecord 290 on the 29th.
Special.